Like, I guess YouTube's like just live over here. It should be linked to my starting page. Yeah, so link to starting soon. I don't know why my YouTube's not showing my. Let me transition back. What? Is it working or is it not working? I think I'm live. What's going on there? It's like switching to starting soon and then it leaves. Parsifal, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Sorry, I'm just gonna transition. I just noticed on YouTube that it's showing the wrong overlay, so yeah, on YouTube it's not working. I don't know what's going on, so I'll give it a second. It looks like the chat's working, but the starting soon screen is not working. Not sure why. It looks fine now. See a bit of a loop here. Okay, so welcome. Are you a follower? Not sure. I don't think I've seen you before, but welcome. I do Unity game dev here. We're on Koitsugi, Legends of the Water Guardian. So, let me know if you're a returning viewer or you're new. Okay, cool. Well, welcome. My main focus is on this game right now, but post my links. I have I do software development, trying to start up my own business. Oh, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. So there I have like my YouTube channel. I do live streams there as well. Post, tutorials there mostly for RPG Maker, but I'm gonna plan on getting Unity tutorials there as well. Mostly coding. That's all I really do on this game. I do some like game design and some level design, but mostly focus on the game mechanics and the code. So, just try to get back into the swing of streaming again. I use Jira on what items I'm going to work on. The music you're listening to is all RPG Maker stuff, so I'm a big RPG Maker fan. I'm going to work on the boss attack updates today, and that shouldn't take too long, maybe 30 minutes, and then I'll review I'm working with Blind Cat Studios. Let me show the game to you, little demo. We have it on Steam, so wishlist it if you have. We appreciate all wish lists. So here you play as Keita, our Koitsugi, our koi fish, and her pond has been infested with a toxin, and is causing all the wildlife around you to go rampant and just rampaging, destroying your home. So you venture out up the river to fight different enemies, different animals that have been infected, and yeah, it's really cool 2D adventure game. We have this small little demo coming out soon. We're going to be showcasing it at Level Up Expo um, here in Las Vegas. So the art's really cool. It's a very art heavy game, story driven game, and some more inspiration is um, Ori and the Blind Forest and Echo the Dolphin. If you've come to learn game development, that's awesome. I do, yeah. If you go to my YouTube channel, I teach RPG Maker mostly there, but yeah, feel free to ask any questions about Unity. I do iOS development as well, and looking into learning more React Native. So a lot of my code is component driven, small scripts, trying to build hooks, more hooks. I've done a lot of refactoring lately, so feel free. If you have a game that you're working on, feel free to post it and share it. We can talk about it. Okay, Unreal. I know a little bit of C++. I don't know Godot script though. I haven't really dived into Godot. Godot. I call it Godot. So let's see. So what we're doing here is we have these lights, and when the player comes through here, they enter this light source, and then that triggers the boss to attack that area. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to change it slightly. Instead, it will trigger the boss to attack, but that light won't turn off until the boss hits this this plant. That will trigger the light to turn off, and then trigger the toxins to be released. So slight changes, nothing too bad. So I think the project's really big. I mean, just this scene's got a ton of stuff in it. We've got to get better at organizing our levels, because I forget where this stuff is. Okay, the boss attack box. Sorry. But yeah, Parsival, if you have something to showcase or like nothing yet, that's okay. I like Unity. I've developed in Unreal before, but a long time ago. I had created stuff for the back when the PlayStation had the PlayStation Home. I worked on a team back in like 2012, 2013. Built stuff there. Right before they closed it, which is sad because we spent months building like all these home accessories and homes, and then it closed. It just came out of nowhere. Fish attack box. So here's our script here. Or also we don't want the. Open up this. It's gonna change a few things. So I'm gonna add some more events. You can see here. It takes the boss and it says go to your charge state, which is still gonna stay, right? Updates those move positions, but let me see how we can, what we need to do to change this. Because right now the light will turn off when we enter. So let me see. So we just want to do the attack. We don't want to do the light timer anymore. Actually, we still do want the light timer. We want the light timer, because it's gonna turn the enemy, the boss is gonna trigger it to turn off, but the timer is gonna turn it back on. Light timer. Area is not active. If it's active, has object. Attack timer goes on. It turns it on. So who turns it off? Let's see. Here we go. Check attack timer. So if we attack, fish attack. So we don't want this anymore. We're gonna make this public now because we're gonna be accessing this from outside from another script, which I'll make soon. So So I'll do it. Yeah. Get 6. Yeah, just download 6. If you're new to Unity, you'll get the hub, the Unity hub, and it'll show like what versions you need. It'll take a little bit, but you'll also need a Unity account if you don't have one already. So that's gonna turn it false. We're gonna do the fish attack. Where's the fish attack? Fish attack. So if the attack timer is greater than the attack delay, hasn't attacked, the attack timer's set to 0, and then we send the fish to attack. I think that might be it for this script. So we need a new script. Yeah, I love Unity. It's great. I know there's different reasons to use Unreal. I feel like Unreal's a great tool for 3D games, shooters especially, you know, building that third person or first person shooters, Fortnite, such. Um, Unity's being a little slow. Let's see. So I'm going to add a trigger to this guy. We're just going to get a circle collider. And to trigger. Then we're going to get another script. So this should be, I think they use, yeah, all this should be a prefab because it's all the same. I'll turn it into a prefab in a second. So when the boss hits that, that's going to cause a trigger. So we need to get a new script in here. I need to organize my code better too. I apologize. I've refactored quite a bit. So where is... So I'm going to move these over here with the boss attacks. And these are just lights. So I might update them to be these things because these are just, I don't know why. Blind Cat should have just updated these. I'm also working with Blind Cat Studios. So this will be on his Steam page, that's why you can see that. I think the mini boss in your game could be, yeah. Um, yeah, since we'll have different types of fish, because it's really meant to be, you know, we want to show that depth of water. And I don't know if we do have an anglerfish. We might. I haven't seen a lot of the art, but because I joined the team later on after a lot of the concepts were created. But this one's meant to like show like he's got damaged eyes, like so he's like banged up, and because he's been like trying to like he's bashed his way through here and got stuck, and he's trying to get his way out still, and so he's like all banged up, so you can't really see this like this little story behind this guy, our mini boss. Fab. I just don't have a. Just realized I don't have a renderer on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to combine these. Turn off this light. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this guy here, and then I'm gonna update on my prefabs. Apply. Then I'm gonna delete these. Delete. So now they should all be the same. Oh, I think the positions are different. My bad, my bad. There. Like that. Okay. And then oh shoot. I lost my collider. Get the collider 2D trigger. So this is going to be attack. So we don't want the light 2D here anymore. Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can keep it there. Oops. I need to create a new script. What's this called? Fish attack box. I forget where my script is. Fish attack box. See, like it's not organized. I need to organize this. I'll take some time next time. So let's go with this. Is gonna be trigger event. I think that's all it needs to be. It's just a trigger event. So I enter the trigger and it calls an event to do something, right? That's really it. Okay. And then the other script is what does everything, right? Because we're not going to do the debris. There's like little spikes that the boss runs into, and those set off like a toxin. But that's not going to do that anymore. I'm going to add it to this other event. So let me see. Come on, Unity. Why are you so slow? Some of our bosses are going to be We have like a samurai, or no, it's like shinobi frogs. We have samurai crabs, and we have the crane. Mm, what's my fish tag? Is that in the namespace too? No, it's not. Okay, I'll keep that like that. So we're gonna get a Unity event. And we're gonna say this is gonna be our trigger event. So say enter 2D. And for this one, it's gonna be just whatever, right? So if the player runs into it or the boss runs into it, we're gonna trigger it. So want to have and we're just gonna invoke that event. So one little thing for coding wise will to make things a little bit better um, is to like create interfaces so that we can check that okay what we can start adding those restrictions. So like it's not just anything, but we can start adding those restrictions to our enemies, and I need to start making flags for that stuff. Because this could be like the debris, like we don't want the debris to trigger these anymore, right? So um, they need to have some kind of activator, and I think the player has an activator already. So the boss needs to have that. And so I just need to think about that stuff a little bit more. But right now, I'll just do this. So I'm going to add that, save it. I really got to go to the bathroom. So I'll be right back. I'm just going to play an ad too. So you've got here. So we're going to add this trigger event here. And we're going to go add our boss attack here. This is a Unity event. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. I'm going to say fish attack box, that script, and we're going to call change light to false. A little checkbox here. Just a little boolean. And then let's go ahead and override that. Apply. Okay. And then that's going to turn the light off. You need to do anything else. Okay, let me go back. I really gotta go.
On the surface, the parasite expects the doctor to heal them for free, the farmer to feed them out of charity. How little they differ from the pervert who prowls the streets looking for a victim he can ravish for his grotesque amusement.
Okay. Let's see. Can you hear me? And okay. All right. I swear. Okay. I really had to go. I'm checking out YouTube. It's like all right. So let's see. So the trigger event again, like I'll come back to that in a second. Let me finish setting this stuff up. So that's gonna turn it off on that trigger, and it makes things real easy. Um, and then oh, we gotta update our spikes here. This one be so the damage effect is like the poison. So we don't want that anymore. We want so we're just gonna remove that. And it should damage everything. Still. Damage is should be 10, I think. I don't know why that got changed to 5. Should be 10. Everything. Destroy on damage, no effect on player. And I forget what the effect on player does. I think that's something new. True will release damage effect on player. Okay, that's changing. So that's okay. So now our bulb here will release that. So we're going to go back to our fish attack box. So that's all that's doing. Let's see. Light effect, tackle. Double check this. So attack timer, light timer. It's gonna turn it false. And do tween, we use do tween, that's pretty cool. Does the animation of lighting for us. Areas active is turned on. Stay, exit. Yeah, I think that's it. Just the other thing. I do turn it off, and I was gonna make it trigger that event here, but I'm gonna make another. I'm gonna make another script. And that's gonna be like an instantiate script. This is where like Unity events come in like super handy. So I'm gonna create another. Create. And you start building like these building blocks where you can like really make reusable components. And I don't know, like I'm not an expert with Unreal or Godot, but ever since I learned these like Unity events, it's definitely changed my thought process on how to write code for Unity. So this is going to be a instantiator. And this is just going to instantiate a prefab, right? And like it can be an array, right? So say, so get serialized field. Oh, I see. I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I've got to. Someone else is helping me with a mobile app I'm building, and they're just working on it now. So they might jump into stream, and I'll help them out. I might have to switch projects. My bad. It's another Unity project, but it's gonna be an app for iOS and Android. Okay, what is it doing? So this one's gonna be a prefab, so it's gonna be a game object. We're gonna make it an array, and game objects, instantiated game objects, and then we're gonna go with the public void instantiate game objects, and say for each we're gonna go and do instantiate go don't want a parent. I think we're just going to instantiate it. Right? So it's just a public variable. And this is where cool stuff with Unity events comes in. Let me see. Sorry. Let me hold on. Give me 1 second. So we got our Unity project. I got a bunch of stuff. Where the heck is it? Try app, assets, scenes, landscape. I think it's that one. Landscape. Sorry. So let's go back. I know. Terrible. So, oh, sorry, it's on this one. So we're gonna add another event right here. Same thing. Oh wait, instantiator. I gotta add the instantiator object. Right here. No. Yeah. That's fine. It doesn't really matter, right? I can just go instantiator, put that here. And I'm going to add one object, and then I'm going to look for this prefab, which is going to be, I'm going to look for the pollution one. I think, actually it's called damage. I think, do these do it too? Nope. I thought these did it too. They just deal damage. Damage hit blood. Shoot, I don't remember the name of it. All right. Go back to you. Dead Wolf, what's up? What's up? How's life? So let me find. None of this is organized. Prefabs, moss. Forget what it's called. Gosh dang it. It's a toxin. Pollution. No, it was a prefab. Let me check my changes. What's going on, Dead Wolf? I'm trying to find my freaking art. And see, and I don't deal with the art that much, so I don't know where this stuff's at. I should just make a new one. That just leads to all the bloat and shit. Damage effect. Damage hit bloods. See, like, there's 2 damage hit bloods. Like, why? Alright, whatever. I'm gonna use the pollution. Because I know the pollution works with the player. So I'm going to drop that in here. And then I'm going to change this one and then make a new prefab. Because this one is the trigger, area of damage. It's going to deal the toxin. I thought I did this already. That's the slow down too. Okay. Oh, it's pollution A. Whatever. Let me bring in pollution A then. And then that, yeah, that has the slowdown and the toxin effect. So I'm going to delete this one. We gotta do better about this organization. All right, so that's gonna be our prefab, but I'm gonna make a new one, and I forget how to break prefabs. I'm just gonna call this one pollution. I'm gonna add a death timer to it. I don't think this has a timer on it. Alright, bring back music. Okay, so I'm gonna add, I have another component called, I think it's called death timer. Yeah, there we go. And then it needs a timer. And then we're gonna have that on for like 3 seconds. And what this does is it gets this timer. It just starts the timer on spawn and then it destroys it after the elapsed time. Right? Just a simple timer component. I like it. And come on. I'll bring that back. Oh, I don't want to replace. Prefabs. How do I break the prefab? Can I go away? Unpack completely? What's that do? Okay, so now I can just drag it over here. Alright. Then let's go. So my instantiator is going to, I'll bring that prefab in. Unchanged light? No, that's not what I want. Okay. Public void, instantiate game objects. Okay. Sometimes this happens. Like I have to remove the object and then add it back in, or this event, and then go to instantiator, and then instantiate game objects. Was I looking at the wrong thing? Maybe. So then, and then I've got to turn off this light too. So I need to do that update as well. Apply, okay. Right, and then these should all automatically update, which they didn't. Gosh, dang it. What happened? Why did I lose my events? This is gonna go to state. It's gonna be charge state. Hopefully this doesn't mess up. Sometimes that happens. One thing I don't like about events is one drawback is if I change the code, depending on like what I change, it will reset my events. Move to position, charge state, charge, move to position. And then I gotta turn off the lights. So. Good. Attack. Charge. Okay, let's give that a try. hit this one. I need to test that too. Here. So he froze there and he looked at that. So go here. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so it's instantiating it over there. So not what I want. But at least we know it's working. And you can see like these lights are turning off. You can see that they turn off, they turn back on. Perfect. Now go ahead and hit over here. Looks like, yeah, those lights not turning back on. I do hit that, it'll trigger. But it doesn't turn off the light for some reason. See, I'm getting slowed down in that toxin, you'll see. Okay. So it's kind of working. A little buggy. I'm gonna clip that. I need to start clipping stuff. I'm just gonna start posting like random fucking clips. Alright, so let me update this. So the pollution, so our instantiator needs to be better. So we need to get the so we need to get the object. We need to get the vector position and the orientation. So we'll say and then say transform.parent. Position and then transform that rotation. That should start spawning it in the right location. There. And then I want these lights. I'm gonna change the lights a little bit. The attack box zones, which are these like red circles, these gizmos. Gizmos have really changed a lot of stuff. So what we're gonna do. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. Okay, so this is attack box 1, and then the this is it right here. It's hilarious. Okay. No wonder it's triggering you all wrong. I'm gonna put that like right in the center. That is hilarious. That's not what I want. Hold on, I'm gonna delete these two. And I'll just work on this one real quick. Apply. I'm gonna put that right there. Like that. I have my cinematic fish here. He's gonna just kind of zoom in here in the boss like attacks. Kind of showcases like what's going on. Then I'll just copy those over. So let's see. So this trigger is a little bit too big, I think. So I'm gonna shrink that down a little bit. So I really like run into it. Then that's the pollution. Okay. Change that. Everything should be zeroed out. It's a good practice to have. Let me see. And then the light didn't seem to turn on. So what I want to is... Oh, that's not what I want. The attack box. So I have light 2D effect, and then this is what's being turned on, turned off. I'm gonna make this an array. Now it's gonna be each, what's that? Light 2D, light and light effect. I'm gonna say light. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Hopefully, it's just one. Okay, I think that's okay. So now, so it doesn't look like, oh, the light is on, okay. There we go, light effect. So we're gonna grab this light and this light. Okay. Light on. Let's go ahead and hit save so if there's any work. Yeah, like, I'm streaming, so, and then the editor, so I'm getting like kind of slow, but so he triggers it, and he should die. There he goes. So I want to make sure they don't get triggered. So I should be able to hit there. It should turn on. Perfect. See, it's like really small, and maybe I need to make the target area bigger so I can enter it without hitting the freaking bulb. I'm still hitting it. It doesn't look like I'm hitting it. Looks like it's turning on and off, so I think that's what we want. So let me modify it a little bit more. And expand that a little bit more. And yeah, I'm gonna make the light a little bit more. And that's 3, and then maybe like 2.8. Like that. Then and then this trigger is like right there. I feel like I'm not getting that close. That's how I'm still triggering it. Alright. So let's make 2 more of these. Oops. We want 3 right here. 2 right here. Oops. Maybe 1 here. And then let's update that script for the trigger event. Let it be you have to put it on activator. No. This is what I was talking about here. So as long as it has like this activator interface, it'll be able to trigger this event. The player already has it. Go to... Oh, and then the cinematic fish needs it too. So This guy here. I forget what it does. I don't think it does anything. I have to do. Yeah, like we don't actually call it to do anything, so. Same thing with the boss. So that actually should work for the boss too, because they both use that script, the fish behavior. Yep. Cool. Oh, I do not want the boss to do it, but I want him to shoot. Oh no, what happened? Did Unity just crash on me? Oh no. Shoot. Unity just crashed on me. That's why I need a... Might be a reason to upgrade a... Hopefully everything's saved. Damn. I need to check on the freeze. Two. I should get the toximeter working again. My bad, guys. I don't know. Am I still streaming? Looks like I'm still streaming. Blah 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 blah. Alright, let's see. Where did I... Looks like my radius... No, that looks like that's saved. I think that pollution might be a little bit too large too, but see how it looks in the game. But going back to the fish behavior, do not want... I want the cinematic fish to trigger it, but not the... Not the boss. So... I think that's gonna have to be a... Like a little like helper opponent. Which is a little silly, but... I'll show you what I mean. And I'm gonna reorganize some of this code too. I'm tired of this garbage. So we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna create a new script, and this is gonna be the activator. Activator object, I guess. Say activator script. Not component. And it is a little silly to have, but you know, for these cases we need it. Otherwise I would just put it in one script. It's already 1 o'clock. So all this is going to do is activator. I think we have to use... classes. Is it classes or interface? Let's go to implementation. I think it just needs to be activate. And our player fish already does this, so we just take out this guy. Activator component. Hit save. So now only the player will activate these. And that should help the boss too. Should activate it. So now there's like this toxin here. Perfect, so like that works good. The enemy's not dying very fast. You know, looking at the debris shouldn't cause it. He's not causing it anymore. Right, so that's perfect. And so now I can just go in here. Get out of the way. Well, you know what that means, though? That when he hits, he's not gonna hit, he's not gonna trigger that event. I think I did that wrong. Okay. So this... So the attack... The attack box needs the activator, not the trigger. My bad. Get component, activator. And then that means going back to the instantiator. Nope, not you. The trigger event. This one. You don't have to. But then this has me thinking that if I don't check the activator, then the debris can still hit it, right? So
On the surface, the
ads.
parasite expects the doctor to heal them for free, the farmer to feed them out of charity. How little they differ from the pervert who prowls the streets looking for a victim he can ravish.
Ads are now playing on Twitch. So it worked for him. The player should work for the player too. In the box. So let's try that again. Should work. He doesn't trigger it. That turned off. Perfect. So it should turn back on. The debris falls through. And I'm gonna go check here. Perfect. So that worked. Turns off. Okay. Go check this one. I triggered that. Perfect. And then triggered that one. Perfect. Looks like he hit that one. Alright, go. So I need to check the camera too. But let me play it one more time and then I'm gonna clip it. Darmux, welcome. How's it going? Thanks for lurking. Things are going good. Knocking out bugs. I realize I just hit 200 followers. Good. Yeah. Clipping that now. I have a ton of clips now. I'm just gonna start making clips all the time. Just gotta be active about it. I can start sharing it to YouTube, TikTok. I need to start doing that from Twitch too, since that's all integrated in. Why not, right? Alright, let me save that, check that work in. So what I'm gonna do now. That's looking good. The combat system I want to work on a little bit, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna jump off in a bit. So I just want to do some cleanup here. So I've got game objects, some helper classes, models, which I don't use this one anymore. Movement system. I just want to be a little better about some of this stuff. The state scriptable, state controller, control state. Don't think I use this anymore. I think everything now is... Yeah, everything's just a state, and then you add a behavior to that state. So this can go. Delete that. Fish navigation. And I think, I'm not sure why I put everything in game objects. So I got my state machine, so I should have my behaviors here. I put states, but maybe I'll delete states. Delete that. I'm going to put all the behaviors here. So behavior scriptable and the state scriptable. Navigation, fish navigation, state controller. I'm going to add behaviors here. Create a new folder. State behaviors. I'm going to throw that right there. Movement system, the models. I'll keep that for now. Float interface int. That's okay for now. Yeah, it's just this game objects one I think is kind of bad. So, what I want to do is maybe I'll just make a new folder called miscellaneous. And in here, so I have the activator component here. I'll put that there. I'm gonna close this too. Let me know who to raid. I'll raid out. I don't know if there's a way for me to turn off that. AI Vision. I think I'm gonna make a new folder for TG2. TG still. AI Vision is his, the Bash Quake, basic animator. It's a camera support. Exit script. I think I can turn on. You can carry me every day, Deadwolf. You can carry me every day. me see if there's a way to turn off. What am I working on? I'm working on Koitsugi. I was just doing some updates to the attack pieces here. Blind Cat wanted me to update, and so I've made those updates. Let's see, but this is entering play mode. And so now I'm just doing some organization. I need, because this has just become a mess. So I'm gonna reorganize it real quick, and then I'll go out and raid somebody. So really move scripts without moving scripts. Always move all GUID from the meta file. Yeah. All it says AI. Like, it's crazy to get Google AI just able to find stuff like this. So it says edit preferences under scripting. Say oh no, it says general recompile and continue playing. Yeah, the AI searches are pretty good. I've seen it wrong a couple times, but not often. Busy, progress delay, graphs. Where is it? It says auto refresh. I don't see that. Auto save scenes before building. Script changes while playing. Code optimization. Load editor. Graph snapping. Play. Interaction mode. No throttling. What's that? The editor can idle before it updates. The editor can idle up to 4 milliseconds per frame. Enable extended dynamic hints. Perform bump map check. Yeah, see, like, this one's wrong. Sadly. Right, it says, seeing it here, it says, to move Unity scripts without triggering a reload, disable auto refresh and edit preferences general. Manually refresh the project after each script changes using Control R. Edit preferences general. That's where I am. Preferences general. I mean, maybe it's moved in 6. Yeah, like I said, like, sometimes it's wrong, but it could be in external tools. S code default. Sign. So I gotta learn this stuff, this Xcode stuff, and the Android stuff. I gotta get a new Mac though, because I have someone helping me on the Mac side because my Mac's broken. A developer I was working with before at Ally. Threaded archiving, slim. Yeah, I haven't tried the visual scripting yet either. No, I don't see this. Down, drop down on the right, recompile after finished playing, stop playing and recompile. Maybe it is this. Recompile after finished playing. Well, let's give it a try, I guess. Oh yeah, that worked. Nope, never mind. Yeah, it's reloading the domain. If I could disable reloading the domain, and turn it back on later. So that's under project settings. I think it's here. Do not reload. Now I'll turn it back on and then hit reload. So the bash quake, I don't know where to put that yet. The basic animator, it's gonna be like miscellaneous. So we're gonna debris hit. Still doesn't. So exit script, miscellaneous. Fish attack box. Helper, instantiator. Move those to miscellaneous. Create a new folder for boss. Specific. Do the bash quake trigger. The debris hit. I mean, look how long it's taken me to just like move scripts around. But you have to like do it here. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Break trigger, break sounds. I think this has to be TG's code. Audio source, audio clip, break trigger. Like, I don't know. I don't know what's that supposed to be. I'll just put it in miscellaneous. Damn it. Okay. So the fish attack. I'm gonna move this. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is TG stuff too. There might be some TG stuff I've got to get rid of. So I don't think we're using that one. Move that one to boss specific 2. Let's create a new folder for menu. Menu, pause menu, start menu in here. Light. I don't know what this player hitbox is either. Trail. I think this is for the player. I think this is another TG script. Like, is this one used? Time destroy script? I don't even think this is used anywhere. Like this one, I'm just gonna delete. Player hitbox, like, I don't know what that is. Alright, so I'll go to game objects. Here. Yeah, you just gotta keep posting more social media. We gotta get more. I gotta get a bigger following on my accounts. Gotta get a bigger following on Blind Gotta like make sure this game's like successful. Also, if you haven't seen, hit that W video. Got partnered with these guys. They're taking everybody, but whatever. Get some W. It's good. It does have more caffeine. A little bit more caffeine. I'll do a review. But I think G Fuel has 140 milligrams. No, I know. Like, G Fuel has 140 milligrams. W has 150. They say they're supposed to be jitterless. So you think they would have less caffeine when they don't. So like this game object enabler, world objects, so I think this makes sense, because these are like specific game objects, so like the water jets, heat vents, parallax, shooter script, timed objects, the weighted objects. So to me that makes sense. The player, there's a push script, which will probably change. The GUI. So I'm actually gonna move this out to menu. Move that out to the menu. The player. Okay, so player's fine. The behaviors. We got other behaviors. Death timer. Timer. Stop dash. Spawn item. Destroy on collision. So all these I do want to move to miscellaneous. We're going to make it component driven, and I need to come up with like some idea, some organization thoughts about, okay, everything needs to be function driven. And so what does that mean? You can see like area damage, blocker obstacle, collect and move, current drift. So like, how do I start organizing this? Pick up, pull link, rotation. So like maybe get everything that's like a damage component to like its own folder. So I'm gonna just drop all these in there. Or like a transform, like we have rotators, right? Rotator components. It's like, okay, this is like these are transform components. So if you want to rotate an object or move an object, like or pick like maybe not pick up, but like the pick up and move could kind of go in that category. The status system. Let's go. Move this to state machine and the state behaviors, status system. Tame Tani, what's up? What's up? Well, I don't know if you joined RPG Maker. Shoot. Typical players. I can't remember that Discord name. We were talking about publishing, and it seems like there's like no restrictions on publishing, right? No, I'm just doing actually organizations cleanup. Got tired of this mess, and so I'm just doing that now because I'm gonna jump off soon. But in like 20 minutes, I just want to wrap this up. But we're talking about publishers, and it seems like there's really no restrictions. It's just like, hey, whoever's ever publishing the game is the one that pays to put it out there, and then you can just put like developers' information there. It's still not really clear. So I think I just need to find someone that wants to publish a game on Steam with me, and then I just try it out, just get it published, and figure things out and start taking notes. Oh, you do the same thing about organization, I think. The status is, I'm just gonna bring that out. So there's nothing in there. Okay, we have two separate projects. And I think, yeah, once, you can have DLC and it doesn't cost you anything, right? Which I think is a good way to go about it. Like, creating chapters, games that just have chapters. So, hey, you know what? Here's a $5 game. It has chapters 1, 2, 3 of the story. In 6 months, I'm going to have chapters 4, 5, and 6 out. And every 6 months, pump out more chapters until the game's like complete. And all of a sudden, you got people that spent $5 every quarter and you made a $20 game. The DLC project isn't synced with the base project, but the base project is on the 50% progress. Okay, that's cool. Oh, it looks like I do. Good thing I didn't delete this. So I do have some scripts here. So yeah, because I'm not sure, Tony, if you were already planning on going to Steam or if you're ready to go to Steam, but I might start reaching out to, if you're not ready, I might start reaching out to people on itch and see if they want to go to Steam, kind of work with like partnerships, start like a partner program where I can get people's games on Steam without them having to, them having to fork out money, but then I make money off of it too. Just being a publisher, right? And then start promoting everybody's games and whatnot on my social media. I'm gonna get all these two, and I'm gonna drop these in miscellaneous too. Yeah. Yeah, the other thing too is like finding people that are like close, like say, okay, hey, I'm gonna have my game out in 6 months. Well, it's time to start collecting those Steam wish lists, right? Start promoting your game. And I think I can do that too. I think I'm gonna make that part of my business model. Say, hey, you know what? All you need to do is provide screenshots or the game, and like I do it, and start promoting people's games. Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, I'll be the publisher, um, and I have the account already. But that's where like the developer account's kind of weird. But maybe that's just the one-time fee, right? Say, hey, you know what? I need a developer account. We work on a contract. You create the developer account, but then I just publish the game, right? What do you mean your account's limited? But yeah, I'm gonna start reaching out to people on itch and see who are the serious developers that might have a finished game on itch, charging some money, and then I'm like, hey, let's get your game on Steam. Let's work out some kind of partnership to get your game on Steam. Gotcha. But that's what I mean. Like if you can't pay $5, how are you gonna be able to pay $100 to publish, right? Because I want to start like promoting my business. I haven't done any like promotions, like boosts through Instagram or LinkedIn. Not LinkedIn. Fiverr. I'll send you my LinkedIn or my Fiverr one. So yeah, I'm gonna call this one components, and I'm not gonna put the player in here. I'm gonna take the player out. Oh, that's good. Okay. So audio system, boss stuff, camera stuff, components. We have world objects. And we'll say like this whole change. We'll say specific system mechanics. Yeah, because I want to like, I just want to start boosting, and I need content really. I want to start boosting my business, but also like help other small indies get their name out there. So if they've already, I've been thinking about people who already published to Steam, saying, "Hey, like, but this one's kind of like iffy because it's like, hey, you know what? Pay me so much money in sales, but and I'll boost yours on my like platform, on my social media platform, but I don't have a big social media platform, so um if Steamworks is fine with that, yeah. With people like publishing different games, I'm pretty sure. Like I don't see why it, that's how publishers work. I'm like 99% sure that I can go to itch, talk to a bunch of people, talk to a bunch of developers, say, hey, like, you have a good game, I like your game. Do you want to get it on Steam? Like, why haven't you gotten on Steam yet? A lot of times, like, especially RPG Maker devs, I think, our younger devs don't have money, and so it's more like, hey, like, I don't have the money, I don't have $100 to get on Steam, so, and I'm like, oh yeah, publish through me and I'll promote your game, work on a contract so that we can both profit from it. From like, I need games as a publisher. What can you do as a developer? I think the normal things, just like work on your game, promote your game, and get your game done. That's really it. But as a developer, in according to like Steamworks, I don't think there's anything. Everyone's a publisher, I guess, just from my understanding. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because you're talking about the difference between a developer and a publisher on Steam. That's what I was talking to people on Discord in the RPG Maker community, and they're saying this like it doesn't matter. Like you can just make up shit in the developer field and the publisher field, as long as you've paid the money. And I told them, like, the question is like, well, if someone, I talked to some developer and said, hey, I'll publish your game. Technically, it sounded like that. I could just publish the game and then just make myself the developer. And, then they would have to fight me on it and say, oh, no, hey, that's my game. And, they said they'd publish it for me on my behalf. And, we'd partner on, like, the revenue. So, and then, like, I just screw people over, right? Like, it sounded like that was a thing. And, of course, I wouldn't do that because I'm trying to make a brand name for myself. I'm not gonna find someone's game who's gonna make like, the whole point is like I'm gonna try to promote people's games. Let's make $1,000, $2,000 off your game, and we both, I make my $100 back, $200 on publishing the game, plus some additional revenue from like $2,000 of sales, right? That's what the other devs, so everyone who's published to Steam that I've talked to, that's what they said. Like, the developer doesn't have to exist on Steam. It's just a field you enter. I think if you want your name and a developer page, you have to pay um the fee, right? And but once you make $1,000 in sales, you're gonna get that fee back, right? So if you want a developer's page, you have to pay, right? There's no way around that. But if you don't want a developer page, you don't care about it, we can still put your name there, promote it, put links in the description and everything. Yeah. If you work with a publisher, right? Someone's gotta pay for that fee to publish the game. Right? Somebody. And I already have a Steam page, but I don't have any content on there. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you just need someone to publish your game. That's it. So technically, like a group of like 10 game studios could get together, make a publishing studio, and then publish all 10 of their games onto the one publishing store and just pay, the $100 fee for each game, right? But then all of a sudden that publisher has 10 games, right? It's not 10 different developers, it's just one publisher with 10 games. Yeah, no, I understand that. It's just, as long as you're, like, I'll have to look up as long as you're 18, I'm fine with working with you. If you're not 18, we'll have to, maybe not. But, we can work out a contract, say, hey, you know what? I pay $100 to publish your game on Steam. Spend another like $100 on promoting it throughout my social media. And not only does that boost my social media, right? It helps promote my business, but also promotes your game, get sales there. And say, hey, you know what? I get 50% of your sales for up to until I make my money back, right? The $200, or even like, I would say like $300 because I got to make some money back, right? I got to profit somehow. Then say, okay, well, after I've made X amount of money from that threshold, I just make 5%, 10% of your sales afterwards, right? So that's the partnership I'm trying to work out with people and say, you don't have money to publish your game, I'll publish it on your behalf. Here's a contract saying I'm going to, just like any publisher, and this would be like the deal, right? Because I know other publishers be like, well, here's money, you can publish it on your Steam account, and well, yeah, like the game can't be free, right? You gotta sell it for at least like a few dollars, right? And that'd be something I'm looking for. It's like people that, even if it's $1, $2, like I would say at least $5 for games. So you can actually make, so because if it's $5, you sell 20 copies, that's $100, you make your money back. Well, minus the Steam cut, right? They take 30%. But that I'm going to be looking for developers that want to partner like that. And then once I get better at knowing the mobile side, can we get your game on the mobile stores? Can it be free on iOS or the Android stores? Can we get ad revenue on there? Things like that. Because the other issue with, like, I can't, like, I know I'll keep to my word, keep to my contracts, because obviously I'm trying to build a brand, trying to build a business, a company here. So publishing everything under my name's good. There's other options like, oh, well, you want a developer account too, but don't have the money. Well, okay, that just gets added to the contract, right? It's like, okay, well, I pay $100 to publish, pay $100 for your developer page, pay $100 in advertisement and marketing, and so I want to make sure that you, or both of us, make money back, right? So no, that's okay. I'm gonna, once I find somebody, I'm sure I'll be able to find somebody. I just gotta start making those cold calls, reaching people on itch, saying, hey, like, hey, I've already been trying to reach out to people. Say, hey, like, you've got a complete game, but you're only on itch. Like, do you want to go to Steam? Like, what's holding you back from going to Steam? And a lot of the times it's like money. They're like, well, I need $100 to make the developer account and publish. Then they're like, well, I don't have money to, like, market my game. And so all that goes into it. So if I find somebody, I'll let you know. Just, keep coming back to the stream. Oh shoot, I think I missed that ad. What's this do? Yep. Yeah, I gotta keep working on the game. Same thing, like I gotta promote this game some more. Trying to make clips and everything. Timed objects. Interactable. Particle, time, weight. I'm gonna say like trigger components, trigger. Yeah, I've been trying to find people on like Instagram and TikTok, but no one's responded yet. You guys might be in an ad. Activator area. Let's say damage components. Death timer. Destroy collision. Destroy sound. make sure this is all good. Save. Play. Turn on this stuff. Verilog, what's up? Is that how you say it? So preferences. Let me turn all this stuff back on. You mean my game? Koitsugi? That's good. Well, welcome to the chat. Check out my Steam links. The Steam link here, wishlist our game, and you can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and follows here are appreciated. If you want to follow my channel for more game dev tips and tricks. Where is editor? Yeah, check out my YouTube channel. I do game development tutorials there. It's mostly RPG Maker right now, but plan is to get more Unity tutorials there. Everything's looking good. I don't see any errors. Cool. All right. So activator, basic, animator, character support. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, is this just an empty script? I think it is. Okay, let's go delete that, I guess. We also have the enemy behavior, enemy follow AI. Trail, trigger. I think speed can get deleted, but I'll delete stuff later. Collect and move. light animator. Interactable. Yeah, so like we can say animator components, like animator. Say light components. Blocker, obstacle, collect current. And then we've got, let's get transform components here too. We got scatter and assemble, rotation. Up dash, trail, player hitbox, knockdown. I think anything that's animator, light animator. I guess that goes under light. Yeah, like the spawn item. Spawn item. Speed, stop dash suction. Damage, interactable. There's a lot of interactable stuff. Light components, specific mechanics. Scatter and assemble. I think that's more like a specific mechanic. And some of these things I should like refactor, but when I get a chance. Yeah, I think I'll leave it like that for now. Try to come up with a better solution for this. We've got the audio system, cost specific stuff, camera stuff, components, which is going to be the big one, helpers, menu, miscellaneous stuff, model. That's where like speed comes in. Like where was speed? Movement and players. I'm gonna put all these in the state behaviors. Camera effect, knockdown. Let's go see if we can have someone to raid. And I'll just finish this up. What do we got here? Let's see. We got Cornist. Let's go raid Ham. He's a cool guy. And it's RPG Maker stuff, so I'll go start that raid. Been going for an hour. Cool. YouTube people, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch y'all later. Everyone else on Twitch, thanks for hanging out. Zoramux, Deadwolf, Tani, thanks for hanging out. Percival, thanks for the follow. Yeah. And I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging.
again, like I said,